When we're doing a vehicle winch recovery, sometimes, especially on rock, you can get the situation where the vehicle will get traction and go forward, and then it'll lose traction and fall back against the winch rope. What this is doing is shock loading the winch rope, and that's a scenario where you can have the winch rope fail. Obviously, that's not a good thing. So in this video, I'm going to show you a technique that can eliminate that and make the recovery really soft and dampened. It's quite innovative, it's quite simple. You probably already have all the equipment required. Here at Mad Matt 4Drive, I'm all about educating and building the four-wheel drive community so we can wheel well. I'd love it if you would hit that subscribe button, hit that bell, and then you'll get all the notifications from the channel, and that just makes me smile. So the way this technique's going to work is the Bundeer is set up here on Moon Rock. Now this is twin locked, and when I'm twin locked I can drive up here. So I've got the lockers out, but I am in four-wheel drive. Then I've got my winch rope running out to my Factor 55 recovery rope. And that rope is going to act like a shock absorber or a damper in the recovery. So as the vehicle gets traction and loses traction and wants to bounce, that's going to absorb it and soften the impact. It's also acting as an excellent winch extension strap for me too. So it's got a dual purpose. So not only can it do the kinetic energy recoveries, it can act as a winch damper and a winch extension strap. You can also use it for short towing as well. So that's the Factor 55 recovery rope that we're going to use in this recovery to get this job done. Let's see how it works. Now I'll make a point here. If you're running a steel cable, when they fail, they recoil with an extreme amount of force and they're extremely dangerous, which is why nowadays many of us are running synthetic line, soft shackles, and we keep the metal out of the recovery for the most part. Now I do have the Factor 55 Ultra Hook in this recovery, but I've done what we call a closed loop recovery. Therefore, that's why there's no air damper on there. That's a whole nother discussion, but I just wanted to explain that in case you were concerned. Now, if you didn't know already, it's good practice to drive whilst you're winching because you reduce the amount of load on the winch. Now, I want you to keep your eyes on the winch line. Notice that it stays under tension the whole time. Even though the vehicle's bouncing around and carrying on like a pork chop, that winch line is staying tight, and that's because of the recovery rope being in play and acting as that shock absorber. We don't want that winch line becoming loose and then tight as the tyres get traction and lose traction and it snaps back and forth on that winch line. That's when we're going to break the winch line. Now in this little demonstration is something you wouldn't normally do. I drop the vehicle back against the winch line to show you how much bounce we actually get from that recovery rope. It's quite impressive, but that's where that shock effect is coming in from, and that is a good thing. It's going to save us breaking our winch line. Now, if you like what I do here at Mad Matt 4Drive and you'd like to purchase some of this Factor 55 gear, if you use the code MADMAT at the store A247, you'll get $20 off any purchase over 100 Australian dollars. There's a link down below. Now, I do get a kickback from that, and that just helps me keep getting out here and passing on my knowledge to you and help you get out there to wheel well. So if you've ever used this technique out there on the trails, let us know down below. Tell us how it went for you, or any other comments you've got. We'd love to hear them. I'm Mad Matt. Stay safe on the trails.